Hello and welcome back to the mcashinsights channel. This is Mike here with another video. In this video we will be discussing about XRP. I have an article here on which I would like to read and read through with you, and then I just share my opinions on what I think. So without further ado, or hold on, before we go for any further, I am not a financial advisor. What I say in this video is not financial advice. It is only my opinions. I am an investor sharing his thoughts on YouTube. Now let's get into the article that I have selected for us to read. The article is, let me just go up here. Expert says XRP rally to $3,000 would only make a few people rich. And of course he explains why. So I'm going to read through bits of this article here. Let me just go down a little bit. Now, here, let me just read through this, and then I have something to say. But it reads, notably, this is from the Crypto Basic. What is it? And this article is on opinion that was made by 24 Hours Crypto. And why he says that an XRP rally to $3,000 would only make a few people rich. So I'm going to read this here. It says, notably, what is it? Many XRP proponents have repeatedly suggested that XRP is undervalued and could eventually climb to $100 or even $1,000. However, these predictions often trigger criticism. Okay. Particularly, these skeptics usually point to two reasons. First, they argue that XRP's market cap would become unreasonably large at those prices. Second, they claim such a rally would turn millions of people into billionaires, with XRP currently boasting 6.8 million wallets. They believe this is unrealistic. Nonetheless, market commentator 24 Hours Crypto recently tackled this issue in a YouTube session, focusing on the second claim. He said the idea that millions would suddenly become rich misunderstands how XRP holdings are actually distributed. Okay, here we go. Let me just climb through a little bit here. What is it? XRP rich list shows only a few could become wealthy. Now, I'm not even going to go any further into the nitty-gritty of that. In fact, I'll just show you the first picture that is here, the XRP rich list. You could see the amount of accounts that are holding 20 to 500 XRP, the amount of accounts that are holding 500 to 1,000 XRP, 1,000 to 5,000. Now, I did read on ahead. He's making the point that, yes, a lot of people are holding a small amount of XRP. So even if it were to reach 1,000 to even 3,000, most of these people wouldn't really be, wealthy. If you're holding 24, 25 XRP, 100 XRP, at $3,000, that wouldn't really do too much. If you're holding 1,000 and higher, anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 XRP, sure, I could see that very well making you wealthy at those prices, but most people aren't holding that. And of course, you could see that the list of wallets, 3 million wallets, doesn't mean 3 million people are holding a certain amount of XRP in each wallet. So you have one person maybe holding, uh, for an example, 1,000 XRP in one wallet, 5,000 in another, maybe 10,000 in another, right? So it doesn't mean that each wallet equates to each individual person holding a specific amount of XRP. So that's another thing. However, like I said in the last video, the point I wanted to make from this is, you know, yes, lots of people don't know about XRP. They don't know about XRP's utilities. They don't know that the potential of this token and this bull run and beyond. And, you know, that's why a lot of people wouldn't be wealthy when XRP reaches those prices, because it could reach 1,000, it could reach 3,000 based off of its utility. Now, it only takes a matter of time for everything to fall into line and then adoption to really take place. I mean, adoption is already taking place, but I mean on a grand scale. Now, going back up into the article, what is it? Market cap. I don't really know why people go off of market cap, but market cap doesn't really factor into tokens, especially like XRP. If it has nothing, if there's nothing going for the token, then yes, market cap I feel would play more of a factor. But when the asset in question has great utility, and I mean, we're not talking about just one use case, we're talking about multiple use cases on a global, or that can expand to a global level. Market cap has little, is so it's such a small factor when you're talking about XRP reaching prices of 1,000, 3,000, or even 10,000. Again, maybe it would make sense if, I guess, nobody but retail is buying it, but it's not made. The token XRP wasn't made for retail. It was made for its use to be used by banks, institutions. Okay, so when that is your audience, you can't then say that the market cap wouldn't make sense if it reaches $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, because the audience that it was made for is completely different. Retail doesn't have billions of dollars to dump into it, like institutions have. They could dump billions and billions. The inflow they could put into the XRP ledger is much greater than what retail could put in. So, but of course, going back to, of course, the rally to $3,000, if you're not holding at least, in my opinion, 1,000 of the token, I just don't see how you get generational wealth when it reaches those prices, or life-changing money. If you're holding 50 of the token, that's not enough unless you're planning to hold it until $100,000. And at the very least, that would, it could reach that eventually, I believe, but it's definitely going to take quite a long time, a long wait. So, now's the time to be accumulating. I believe from my last video, we already already went over that, the case is already over, and there is 3 months or a 3-month window of you still being able to buy and accumulate to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 before it goes on a run, and you're not able to um, get a sizable bag. So anywhere between five, like 1,000 to 5,000 is good. If you could get it from anywhere from 5 to 10,000, that's even better, because you don't want to just get it to $1,000 and sell. You want to hold it for, again, generational wealth. This, um, you know, being your retirement investment, basically. And so now would be the time to accumulate a sizable amount. Um, I think that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for sticking with me through this article. If you like what you heard, do hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one.